Baron, how are you, man?
I'm good. What's up, Rob?
No, man. Just I'm amazed every time I look up. You're into something new.
Man,
Now it's Domino Battle of the Bones, which hits theaters June 11th. Written and directed by one Mr. Baron Davis. So, like, you ain't got enough shit going on. We'll just write and direct some movies and throw that.
Hey, he everywhere.
shout out to Carl Reed, Steve Vasquez. They helped out big time.
Yeah.
Pamela Brown.
Tell us about the flick, man.
Man, it's a cool little movie. It's about a curmudgeon grandfather from Compton. He loses his wife ring to like the neighborhood, like superstar, like high man or, cocaine addict. And so he goes to play in this tournament in Compton to win not only his wife's ring back, but a check for $10,000. And that character who's putting on the tournament is David Arquette. The character is Walter McDonough. And David Arquette, his story is he spent his family savings thinking that it would be a great idea, domino tournament in Compton and give away $10,000. So, basically a complete shit show.
Yeah, there's some wild characters in this movie.
But hey, I guarantee you've never Googled World Championship or Domino Tournament, have you?
Yes, I have.
Where is it held?
In Las Vegas.
No, Domino. Like the World Championship of Domino was first held in my hometown, Andalusia, Alabama.
For real?
Yes.
Oh, wow. You knew Andalusia would come in somehow.
Hey, I'm like, it's a World Championship of Domino Tournament. It was held in Andalusia, Alabama. But I'm like, what the hell y'all having a Domino Tournament here? And you would be amazed at how many people came to this Domino Tournament. I was like, what? In this little bit small town.
We got to do a screening there.
Yeah,
definitely.
Hey, BD, that's Andalusia's claim to fame right there, that little small town.
That's all they got.
Hey, hold on.
They got Robert Horry.
Their claim to fame. Let's get that right.
Well, other than Horry, that's their claim to fame.
They should change the name.
Robert Horry, Alabama.
Hey.
I like it.
Hey, I'm only as famous as long as I played. I'm only as famous as long as I played. Once I left the NBA, they took down my billboard and says, who?
Yeah, who? Big shot who? It's the home of the Dominoes tournament. What are y'all talking about?
Oh, man. Hey, Baron, how often do you talked about this, about dominoes. How often do you get a chance to slam the dominoes down and slam the bones on the table? Is it something that you play at a family reunion a lot?
No, this is like a twice a week thing. I got a lot of chumps out here in LA that they think they good. I've been kicking their ass. So we get down on Wednesdays. We doing it now because we got a watch party at our little studio lot here in LA. So we doing it Wednesdays, and then also we do it on Sundays. And I grew up playing. And it's like really like a LA lifestyle thing, and so it's like a bunch of basketball players, local dudes, we just get together and, dudes talk shit, debate, it's like the barber shop, but more interactive.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
I hadn't played in a while, man, because it's hard, in LA, it's hard to get people together to sit down for 4 hours to play domino. Like, man, that's too long to play. I've only played for 30 minutes. I got 7 minutes I gotta do. When you're in the dirty South, you ain't got shit else to do, man. So you play dominoes, spades, and you do whatever, man. So I miss playing it. I ain't that bad,
Come on over, bro. Come on
over. Come by.
You know how to count. Hey, I know you know how to count. I know you can count.
Hey, Baron, he said it's hard to get all them people together. Well, it's hard to get all y'all together from LA because it takes 6 hours for everybody to get together.
No matter where you're going. Where you're going. Man, you got a lot of people in this movie. Man, you mentioned David Arquette, who's hilarious, but before we lost him, Tiny Lister in the movie, Snoop, Lou Beatty Jr., Godfrey, Haha Davis, just so many. What's Snoop's role in this flick, man?
So Snoop is like, like the masterclass professor. So the movie is like a David Arquette wanted to have this tournament to do a documentary. But Snoop is like the master class professor. So he's our narrator. that kind of guides us into how dominoes came to be, you know what I mean? Yeah. And like the origin of dominoes and narrate us through the story.
That's hilarious.
That's the perfect role for Snoop too. That's exactly what I envisioned him being, like the grand master of something.
Yeah. Snoop is like one take. Snoop is so professional, man. He was like, man, run that shit, man. Run that shit, kid. Run that shit. This kid, we gonna, all right, let it go. He down there freestyle the whole thing.
Well, that's his style, man. That's how it goes.
Beast.
BD, I'm glad I didn't see you, man, because I would probably bet the house when we played y'all in the NCAA tournament, man. So I'm glad I didn't run into you, because I'd be like, yo, man, we bet, man, because I know Alabama was rolling, you guys was rolling. So how often do you get over to UCLA and talk to those guys? Because when I do go home to Alabama, I always stop by just to, you know, put my face in the place and say what's up to the guys on the team.
Yeah, you know, I still work out at UCLA and hang out up there. You know, I just try and keep a strong tie. Young Smith, he was on my Drew League team. You know, Cody Riley, that's my young boy. So, you know, they get a chance to hoop with us and, you know, hoop with Rico Hines, who do the runs. And that give us a chance to really, like, get to know the kids. So, you know, that's why I like it. You know, I get to, like, know them before they stars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So cool, dude. Like, always cool, don't want nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, that's a valuable thing. You know what I'm saying?
Very.
So, you know, I love going back. I go to all the games. You know, I take my kids. I'm trying to take my sons, get them in the hoop. You know, but they just want cotton candy and popcorn.
You know, it's weird. That's for my son, my 15-year-old Christian. You know, he goes to Harvard Westlake, and that's where he wants to go to college. He's like, Dad, I want to go to UCLA. I'm like, okay, what about Alabama? I said, let's sit down and watch this UCLA-Alabama game. And he looked at me like, see, Dad, this is why I want to go to UCLA.
I'm rocking, though. Yeah, I'm rocking. I got a whip down there now.
Yeah.
Hey, Baron, speaking of, you know, hoops, I know there's a lot of other stuff we want to get into with you, but I wanted to ask you, you know, those your Knicks played, you know, last night in game 1 against the Hawks. We're here in Atlanta. Me and Rob, we're here in Atlanta, and so it was Trae Young's coming out.
It was coming.
Yeah, you know it was coming.
It was gonna come.
So what, you know, what did you think? What did you like? What did you think about the Hawks? The Hawks don't get a lot of national love now, you know, and that was the big stage. So what did you think about what you saw last night?
I love the game. I thought that is the future of the NBA. That's going to be a future rivalry. The energy was there. The young dudes was firing on both sides. I was, you know, Trae Young play on my Drew League team. So that's my dog. Shout out to Trae Sr. And I wanted to see Trae Young become the superstar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Big Shot Bob would tell you, it's like, you just sitting there like, come on, Trae, you got it. You know what I mean? Like, this is your time. And so, like, for me, it was like great. It was a great game. I think it's going to be a great series. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Knicks. I thought the Knicks had a chance to win it. I thought the Knicks was going to win, but there's something that, you know, I'm kind of doing this investigative report on, like, why were the Knicks up 5 and then they lose? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a certain thing that always happens, you know what I'm saying? And then the Knicks lose their lead. And so I'm writing this investigative report, you know, to the NBA and ABC. Knicks fans when the Knicks are about to win. You know what I mean? Because,
and somehow.
You know.
Well, you don't have to explain it to us. We're in Atlanta. We've had our hearts ripped out time after time after time. So we know we were happy to get a win.
We're going through another Atlanta's going through another heartbreak today with, you know, Julio announcing on national TV he want to lead.
Oh man, Julio, come to the writers, dog. Julio, we need you with the writers.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. See,
hey,
I need to call Julio. I'm like, yo, man, you got to get up out of that, dog. Hey, you know, Atlanta ain't the place for you.
Stop. What are you doing? Stop it. Don't encourage me.
Hey, Julio, you got to get up out of there.
Oh, you guys are killing
me. You know what I'm saying? Plus,
we left you one Alabama
a black
receiver.
man named Julio. Come on, man, on the West Coast. Oh, we out of here. Raiders? What? Oh, you talking about the branded Julio Jones? The Raiders? Come on, man.
Hey,
Julio, Raiders.
so much.
Now, if he going to the West Coast, he going to the Rams.
He can do that to us. I mean,
do the Rams even have a quarterback?
Who the Rams just traded for somebody? Didn't
Matthew Stafford.
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, Matt old as me, man. Come on now.
Matt Stafford got a gun.
He does though. He's got an arm, man.
He got a gun, but I don't see Matthew Stafford being the guy for the Rams. I don't.
Well, he wasn't. He was barely the guy for the Lions. I mean, he had Megatron. Hey, what did you think of Steph doing the little tribute to you, man? Ripping pulling his jersey up, man, the other night.
Hey, bro, I love that. I love it. Steph Curry, he beat it alive every year. He rock my jersey. He do something. Hey, bro, I love me some Steph Curry. That's my favorite. That's my favorite point guard to watch. Right. Russ got my heart. You know what I mean? Steph, I'm watching Steph all the time. You know what I mean? Because it's just he gonna just do some shit that's just gonna make you yell at the TV. You know what I'm saying? Like he does. He has that type of effect, right? Yeah. Where it's like flow, and it's just some crazy combo 3-pointer, look away. It's like he is the most entertaining to me when he's gone.
I don't think people understand the shape he has to be into. He's in great shape. He's constantly moving. To me, when I watch him, he's just a combination of so many different guards. We always talk about Kyrie handles, but don't sleep on Steph handle. It's right there with Kyrie's now. So I know Kyrie got some more stuff in the bag, but Steph handles gets him out of a lot of situations. His activity, if he would have started the season off like he ended, he would be another MVP in his pocket.
I agree. I think Steph Curry. I said this on my Point Guard podcast. I said Steph Curry is probably the one superstar that you undervalue all the other shit that he does. You know what I mean? Like he can dribble, he can pass. He got good hands. He's a smart player. He's an excellent teammate. You know what I mean? He's a great, like person. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a great energy source. You know what I'm saying? For the fans and all that shit. But like, he gets praised for just like a certain thing. But like his handles are sharp as fuck.
We just want to see him pull up from half court. That's all we care about.
Outside All-Star game. It's amazing how so many guys in this league are like that, BD, where they're so great and so good at one thing. They're great at one thing, and it overshadows other thing they're great at. And they're like, oh, he can shoot. But Steph got handles. He can do so many other things. There's a lot of guys like that in the league. But we're talking about the league. I always like to ask players, when did you know it was time to go home and play with the kids?
That was easy for me. I got hurt.
Okay.
Yeah, I blew out my knee. So
I remember that game.
Yeah, it was me coming back. Every time I was trying to come back, I just wanted to finish, you know what I mean, and get on the court and be like, you know what? I finished the year. I finished half the year. I got back. But I blew out my knee, and every time I was coming back, I just kept getting hurt. You know what I mean? But shit, it was easy for me to decide. I started laughing, Bob. I was like, shit, fuck it, it's over there. It's time to go have some kids. I ain't had no kids. You know what I mean? Shit, I ain't got no kids.
Hey, Barry, you've been an advocate of, you and a few other major athletes have been an advocate for players using their voices on their own platforms. You have Bron doing this thing, Katie doing this thing, and you're doing your thing when it comes to the media and podcasting world. Can you give us a little bit more information on, you deal with Blue Wire and everything that you're doing with them, and just what made you want to get in this type of space?
Yeah, shout out Blue Wire. They're building, I would say one of the largest influencer podcast networks and just like a growing storytelling platform. And I wanted to invest in Blue Wire because I wanted to create a surplus of podcasts. and ideas. So basically, you know, it's like I want to produce or shepherd or, you know, like be able to help people. And then, you know, for me, I got so many ideas and I love talking to people, and people take so much of my time. I was like, well, shit. Well, if I schedule a podcast, goddamn every day, at least I get all these questions these people be asking me. But, you know, so that was that in Blue Wire. And then for Slick, you know, with Slick, it was just, we had been developing ideas, developing shows. And, you know, Point Guard for me was a show that I just wanted to do this so I could honor all the dudes that I really, really look up to, like, because when you playing against dudes, it's hard to tell somebody like, yo, bro, like I looked up to you as a kid, you know, I fuck with you. You know, you can't say none of that, dude. You're like, I gotta hate this dude, and I gotta figure out a way to hate this dude.
Hold on, Barry. First of all, that's when we played. It's not like that now. So
right,
it's
right.
like that when we played, yeah.
It's totally different now. When we played, it was just like, you know, like you'd be like, yo, I looked up to you. Like, man, shut up. You know what I mean? And like, you may get popped in the mouth. So, you know, like, use your bravado and to like have this rivalry. You know what I'm saying? And so all these dudes that I played against, right, and some of the young guys that I admire, you know, watching, I just wanted to interview them and really figure out their story, what happened, when it clicked. And then, like, what are you seeing out there? You know what I mean? That aha moment where you're like, damn, that's where you got me. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you did it. Like, why wasn't I thinking like that? But it's like information for any leader, you know, any leadership role, entrepreneur, or even a basketball player, especially a point guard.
That's what's up.
Yeah. All right. Listen, we know you got to bounce, Baron. You got a lot going on, but please make sure you check out Domino Battle of the Bones in theaters June 11th. Go back to the movies, for God's sakes. Go see a great flick. Great movie. And dude, we appreciate you, man. Please come back.
Let's do a screening.
I'll be waiting for that invite too, man, to show you my skill set on the,
hey, man, I'm about Sundays, man. Soul Sundays. Domino beat down.
There it is.
All right.
In Andalusia, Alabama.
It ain't an Andalusia now. That shit going out the window.
Hey, I know you don't like losing. You don't lose too often, dog. So.
Hey, I hate losing.
Wait to see you in some dominoes.
I'm better when I'm drinking. I'm letting you know that now. I get a lot better. I think better. You know how it is.
That's usually how it works. Yeah, that's usually how it works. So, all right, PD.
All right. Peace.
All right, thank you,
man.
brother.
All right, boss.